You love your dog, right? Of course you do. You give them a warm home, the best food, all the cuddles. But what if I told you that even with all that love, you might be making some critical mistakes that are silently hurting them? We're about to dive into some expert research, and honestly, what it reveals is pretty eye-opening and a little unsettling. So check this out. One veterinarian got curious and decided to take a closer look. They examined 50 dogs that their owners swore were perfectly healthy, happy indoor pets. But what they found was shocking. It turns out a calm, quiet dog isn't always a happy dog. Sometimes it's a dog that's just given up. The results were just staggering. Out of those 50 supposedly perfect dogs, a whopping 76%, that's 38 of them, were found to be silently suffering. We're talking preventable problems like obesity, hidden anxiety, even early-stage heart disease. And the owners? They had absolutely no clue. And here's what's really alarming. This isn't a rare thing. The research suggests that most of us, with the best intentions, are making a whole bunch of these mistakes without even realizing it. So let's break down exactly what these are, and we'll start with our physical health. All right, first up, the body. We're going to look at this massive, massive gap between what a dog is built to do, genetically, and what our modern indoor lifestyle actually lets them do. I mean, just think about that image. A marathon runner confined to a closet. A quick trip out to the backyard to do their business? That's not exercise. For their biology, it's almost an insult. A dog's body is engineered to run, to travel for miles every day. They need bare minimum 30 to 60 minutes of real heart-pumping activity daily. Anything less is just working against their own nature. And the consequences of not meeting that need, well, they're severe. Their muscles get weak, their joints stiffen up, their entire cardiovascular system starts to degrade. This leads right to major problems like obesity, diabetes, and arthritis showing up years before they should. And get this, it even affects their brain. Under-exercised dogs can show signs of something like doggy Alzheimer's as early as age 7. Okay, now for another hidden crisis. What's going on inside their mouths? Look at this chart. By the time a dog is just 3 years old, an unbelievable 80% of them already have periodontal disease. Let that sink in. The vast majority of young dogs are walking around with painful, infected mouths. And this is the part we all need to hear. That smell we write off as just doggy breath, it's not normal. What you're actually smelling is infection. It's the scent of bacteria, of rotting tissue. And because dogs are absolute masters at hiding pain, they'll act totally fine while they're in constant low-grade agony. And it's not just a mouth problem. That bacteria gets into their bloodstream with every single swallow. From there, it launches an attack on their vital organs, the heart valves, the kidneys, the liver. This damage is so significant that studies show it can actually shorten a dog's life by 2 to 5 years, all from bad teeth. But the crisis isn't just physical. Now we've got to talk about their incredible minds. Because for an animal this smart, our loving homes can accidentally become a prison of pure boredom. To put it into perspective for you, scientists say a dog's mind works at about the same level as a 2 or 3-year-old child. They can solve complex problems, they can learn hundreds of words. These are thinking, feeling beings with a lot going on upstairs. And that's the real tragedy here, isn't it? On one side, you have this mind with all this amazing potential, and on the other side, well, what do we usually give them? The same 3 slobbery, worn-out toys and a bowl of food they can gulp down in 10 seconds. We're letting all that incredible brain power just go to waste. So when you take that boredom and you add in the fact that we leave them alone for hours, you get serious psychological trauma. That chewed-up sofa cushion, that's not your dog getting revenge. It's the physical evidence of a full-blown panic attack. In their mind, when you walk out that door, their pack has abandoned them, maybe forever. Even the way we feed them makes this worse. That always full food bowl doesn't just make them fat, it robs them of their most basic instinct to work for their food. We're taking 30,000 years of problem-solving evolution and replacing it with 30 seconds of mindless eating. Okay, so we've covered their bodies and their minds. Now let's talk about the actual environment we put them in, our homes. Because a place that feels totally safe to us can actually be a minefield of hidden dangers. Yeah, a lot of our everyday comforts can pose a serious risk. The very cleaners we use to get shiny floors, they can cause chemical burns on their paws. Those beautiful houseplants you love, many are toxic. And even that full food bowl or sharing scraps from our own dinner plate can lead to obesity or a painful, serious illness like pancreatitis. And some of these are just terrifying. Cleaning chemicals get absorbed right through their paw pads, which they then lick, leading to internal damage. A single bite of a common plant like a sago palm can cause total liver failure. And don't even get me started on human foods like grapes, onions, or anything with the sweetener xylitol. Those can be straight up fatal. Okay, take a breath. I wouldn't be surprised if you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now. Hearing all of this, especially when you love your dog so much, can be really shocking, maybe even a little upsetting. But you know what? Hold on to that feeling, because that little bit of discomfort you're feeling right now, that's the most powerful thing in the world. It's the motivation to make a change. It's the first step to making some real life-saving adjustments. So let's flip this around and talk about the solutions. Because here's the great news. Every single one of these mistakes is totally fixable, and you can start making a huge positive difference almost immediately. So here they are, 5 of the most powerful changes you can make. Number 1, proper exercise. We're talking 30 to 60 minutes of real, get their heart pumping activity every day. A run, a fast-paced game of fetch, not just a slow walk. Number 2, remove the toxins. Go through your house, check your cleaning supplies, move any dangerous plants way out of reach, and make sure everyone knows which people foods are a big no-no. Number 3, dental care. Start brushing their teeth. Even a few times a week is a game changer. Get them some good dental chews. Number 4, fix feeding time. Ditch that boring old bowl. Get them a puzzle feeder or a snuffle mat that makes them use their brain to eat. And number 5, boost their mental stimulation. Rotate their toys every week so they feel new and exciting. Spend just 5 minutes a day teaching a new trick. It's amazing what that quality time can do for their mind. When it all comes down to it, the most important thing to remember is this. Your dog depends on you for everything. They can't make choices for themselves. You are their protector, their provider. You are the absolute center of their universe. Their health, their happiness, it's all in your hands. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. After going through all of this, which one of these mistakes really hit you? Which one made you stop and think? Because identifying that one thing is the first step you can take to make sure your best friend lives the longest, happiest, and healthiest life they possibly can.